Alright, today we got a little video showing you how to take off the primary clutch on a Can-Am Outlanders Renegade 658, 51,000, also probably some of the OG Mavericks and Commanders. We have some videos to cover how to get your clutch cover off to get to this point. Make sure you watch them before we get too far into it. Just a reminder, Hunterworks makes the best belt on the planet. Had a Can-Am belt for a while. We have them for all models less than a 1% failure rate. Take a look at them. Also, before we get started, I want you to make sure that you hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, get notified, all that good stuff, so that you are aware of any new videos out. We'll have a new Instagram page. Check us out at Hunterworks1. My son Hunter works here now. Some of the newer stuff we can get there a little bit quicker than YouTube videos. All right, so with all that being said, let's get started and we're going to move the camera view. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take the slack off of the belt, or actually just take it completely off. So do not have the Can-Am secondary belt tool that you had to buy. Then while you're purchasing something from Hunterworks, hopefully a belt, get you one of these $5 belt tools. Alright, screw it into the threaded hole. Use a 4mm Allen head. Alright, that gets our belt slack. And slide it off. FYI, belts are only directional after the first time you put them on, so make sure that you always put them on where you can read the Hunterworks 521K for this particular belt. Okay, so, and behoove you just go on, take that back out. I'm not one for having so much tension on the spring. If you do not have an impact, or you do not care for the use of impacts for removing bolts, hence removing only, get you one of these Hunterworks clutch tools. Alright, so get it in the webbing, turn it around. If you were using a wrench, this is where you would pick up on it and hold it in place to allow you to do it. Me personally, for taking it off, I use an impact. Is a 19mm. Be warned, there is spring pressure. Alright, get it all the way unscrewed. Set your bolt to the side. And set your outside half to the side. Spring off. Now, spring cup off. Alright, you could do this one of two ways. If you were only doing bearing maintenance, replacement, whatever, you could stop right here and you could take this off the shaft now, or you can still leave it on and use the clutch pulling tool to pull the whole thing off, then pull this off. Okay, so for all you guys who are just doing maintenance, all right, then be careful here. There are some springs with little caps in here that will go haywire. Let's see if we can find them. First of all, you have to turn. Ooh, where they go? Where are they at? You got to turn it and finally it'll work its way. Ooh, there they are, top and bottom. Okay, you don't want to get too far. Hold them with your fingers. Slide this off, set it somewhere. Now, gently take them out. Okay, there you go. Now that's if you want to take it off at this point to work on it, or if you just want to take it off here. Okay, wish I had to put it back on a minute. Do not lose a little washer that is on top of the bearing. And now we're going to take our clutch pulling tool, available Hunterworks by the way, Screw it in. Now, let me say this. If you don't own an impact and you're having to use tools, unfortunately, I do not know a good way to hold this. Maybe somebody can chime in on the comments. I'm an impact user for certain jobs. All right, there it came loose. If you want, you put a teeny bit of grease on that. All right, and there we are. All right, so ready to put this clutch back on. Has the one-way bearing already in it. You can watch an end card at the end of this for one-way bearing maintenance, but nonetheless, ready to go back on. So let's get her going. All right, so here's our clutch. It's always a good idea to wipe your crankshaft off with some brake clean and inside of your primary clutch so that it's good and dry. All right, our assembly is back on. What in the world do you have an impact there for? You'll see. All right, now get our bolt and our outside half. We're going to see if we can't get this thing started with a little bit of pressure. All right, now this really helps. There's this long pry bar. All right, get it started. Now you go, wait a minute, impact? Yep, watch. All right, that was it. I'm just too lazy to sit here and turn it, okay? Now, we set our torque wrench to 89 pounds. We get our Hunterworks clutch holding tool. I'm gonna put it on this side this time. Put it inside the webbing. All right, I'm gonna hold it there. Even if I'm right-handed, but I'm going to do this part left-handed because you have to get pressure on that clutch. See, now I can go right-handed because I got pressure. It takes a lot. Oh, thank God. There it went finally. You heard it. Scared me. 89. Gosh, I like and dislike. Take the tool off. That seems like a lot, but I got another video about this, about torquing these things. Is you only got one shot to get this right. And if you need to always torque it properly, because that's the main reason that the outside of these primary clutches slip and people have problems. And it would behoove you if your new vehicle went in for service and they took the clutch off for any reason before you ever rode it, take all this apart and torque this thing yourself. Loosen it and then torque it back. All right, so primary's back on. All right, using that little $5 Hunterworks belt tool. Hopefully putting your Hunterworks belt on. Put it around the primary, around the secondary. Take the little tool out and start rotating it. Apparently I'm in gear, my tires are turning. Either direction, you're just trying to work that belt back up to the top. See how loose it is? All right, we'll get it here in a second. There you go. She's done. That was all it was to it. So, got a primary on, and you're in business. Hopefully you got a new Hunterworks belt. But nonetheless, if you got any questions on this or any other thing, shoot me an email, todd@hunterworks.com. Don't bother that calling. I tell people it just rings all the time and you get frustrated trying to get through. Hunterworks belt, the best on the planet. Subscribe, like, and Facebook too, and Instagram. Facebook just Hunterworks, Instagram @Hunterworks1. Thank you guys.